What if I told you some mountains are still growing right now? Every single year, Mount Everest becomes slightly taller, but here's the strange part. Mountains aren't permanent. Some are rising higher into the sky, while others are slowly being destroyed. So how does an entire wall of rock suddenly rise out of Earth like something from a disaster movie? And why do some mountains become volcanoes, while others don't? The answer begins deep beneath your feet. Earth's outer surface isn't one giant solid shell. It's broken into enormous moving pieces called tectonic plates. These plates move incredibly slowly, about as fast as your fingernails grow. But when entire continents move, even tiny movements become powerful enough to reshape the planet. And that's exactly how most mountains are formed. The most common type is called fold mountains. They form when two tectonic plates crash into each other. Imagine pushing two rugs together across a floor. The rugs wrinkle upward. Earth's crust does the same thing. Around 40 to 50 million years ago, the Indian tectonic plate slammed into the Eurasian plate. The collision crumpled the land upward and created the Himalayas. And the wildest part, that collision is still happening today, which means the Himalayas are still rising. In fact, Mount Everest grows by roughly 4 millimeters every year. But not all mountains form from giant collisions. Some form when Earth's crust is stretched apart. When this happens, massive cracks called faults appear in the crust. Some sections sink downward, while others rise upward. These raised sections become fault block mountains. A famous example is the Sierra Nevada mountain range in California. But Earth has another way of building mountains, and it's far more explosive. Volcanic mountains form when one tectonic plate slides beneath another in a process called subduction. As the lower plate sinks deeper into Earth, heat melts the rock into magma. That magma rises toward the surface. Over thousands of years, repeated eruptions pile up layers of lava and ash, slowly building gigantic volcanic peaks. That's how mountains like Mount Fuji formed. But volcanoes don't just create mountains, they can destroy them too. In 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted so violently that the entire northern side of the mountain collapsed within minutes. Earth can build mountains and tear them apart. And those aren't the only types of mountains on Earth. Some mountains form when underground magma pushes the crust upward without erupting. These are called dome mountains. Others are created when huge plateaus are lifted by tectonic forces and then carved by erosion over millions of years. And some mountains are actually the remains of ancient ranges that were slowly sculpted by wind, water, and ice, which means mountains can form in more ways than most people realize. But even after mountains form, another powerful force begins attacking them immediately. Erosion. Wind, rain, rivers, glaciers, and ice slowly carve away mountains over millions of years. In fact, some ancient mountains that once rivaled the Himalayas may have completely disappeared already. The Appalachian Mountains in the eastern United States were once far taller than they are today, but hundreds of millions of years of erosion gradually wore them down into the smoother mountains we see now. So every mountain on Earth is fighting two battles at the same time. Forces deep inside the planet push them upward, while weather and erosion slowly tear them back down. And here's the craziest part of all. Earth's longest mountain range isn't even on land. It's underwater. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge stretches across the Atlantic Ocean for more than 16,000 kilometers. It forms where tectonic plates pull apart instead of colliding. As the plates separate, magma rises upward and creates brand new ocean crust, slowly building underwater mountains, which means Earth is still creating mountains right now, beneath the ocean floor. So, before we end, here's the big picture. Mountains form because Earth's tectonic plates are constantly moving. Some mountains are created when continents collide and fold the crust upward. Others form when giant blocks of Earth crack and rise along faults. Some are built by volcanoes erupting over thousands of years, and others are shaped by uplift, magma beneath the surface, and millions of years of erosion. But no mountain lasts forever. Wind, rain, glaciers, and erosion slowly reshape them over time, which means Earth is constantly building mountains, while slowly destroying them at the same time. So, the next time you look at a mountain, remember this: you're not looking at something permanent. You're watching Earth in motion, and if mountains can rise high enough to pierce the clouds, imagine what's happening deep inside the planet right now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating geography and science videos from Quiz Quest House. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.